all the years that I've wasted trying to find it, all that I go through for my peace of mind. Let it all go out the window, no smoke in my eyes, I can hear the wind chiming, it's always been you in the back of my mind. Early blue morning, when everything's cold, I see you running, all covered in gold. There's nothing else that eases my soul. I let it all go out the window, no smoke in my eyes, I can hear the wind chiming, it's always been you in the back of my mind. When there are
Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. What is going on? I am TarotOracle. Serena, thank you for your donation. Welcome. Christina, Linda, the Magician. Well, there you go. Another Magician. Sarah, DeeDee, Andrew, KSW, Amy, Lady, She Who Knows, Crystal. I think I got everybody. We got like 25 people and we just started 3 seconds ago. Serena, let me know what your question is. You are first in the queue. Thank you again for your donation. It is awesome. All right. We appear to be on the wrong code on my scanner. So let me restart the scanner with the correct code and start scanning. There we go. All right. Much better, much better. And while we wait for Serena to ask the question, Mocha Latte, welcome. How are you doing? DeeDee, thank you for your donation. All right. Serena wants to know the good stuff, wants to know what I should be doing with my life. Well, that's a bit broad. Hopefully we can get you something good and entertaining and awesome to do with your life, you know what I mean? By using the Dark Mansion Tarot, because that, if you're going to do something with your life, High Priest, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. If you're going to do something with your life, you might as well do it with some tarot. You know what I mean? Cheryl, thank you for your donation. Bartman, welcome. How are you doing? Linda, welcome. How are you? So good to see you, Linda. What is going on? All right. Get a little bit of this thing. What should I be doing with my life? Well, now, you are still searching. We do have that with the Two of Wands. I think that you've actually found the answer to your question. Okay, in my book, I have a dedicated section on the 2 and 3 of Wands, basically. It just says there's a big difference between the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, although they look similar in the original Rider-Waite. One of the big things is the 2 of Wands is domain. It's about having power, having control, and having all the good stuff sort of under control in your life. It's also looking out and being proud of sort of what you have. Not only that, but the big thing is, you know, sort of knowing where that you want to go next. I think that you have a pretty good idea of what attracts you, what motivates you, what interests you. As far as life goes, you want to find something that you're passionate about to do. If you're not passionate about something, if you just sort of do things on a day-to-day basis, it's just going to feel empty. It's not going to feel like something that you enjoy, not going to feel like something where you're moving forward, you're getting excited about it as well, right? The 2 of Wands. And the 3 of Swords kind of says that. I think that you've tried some things. I think that you've ended up sort of settling with what you know that is going to be, you know, sort of okay, but that settling isn't really doing it for you. I think overall what you should be doing is your passions. Your passions are really going to wake you up. It's going to make you feel excited. It's going to make you motivated. It's going to, like the motivation just comes naturally. If you do what excites you, you do what motivates you, you do your passion, right? Cheryl, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate you. The Ace of Cups talks about this in depth. It says, what is your motivator? What makes you emotional? What makes you feel that I want to get up and I want to do this and I want to get excited and I want to do these types of things? And sort of your passions are going to be it. I think that you've actually had experience chasing your passions before. The Three of Swords is no stranger to that. It sort of says, as you can zoom in here, it sort of says that a lot of times we just don't get what we need out of, chasing our passions sometimes. So sort of try to reevaluate that, try to figure out where the opportunities are. And I think, again, that you have tried it before. Knight of Wands says go for it and do it. That's one of the big factors here is just go forth and chase that, right? Crystal, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But going forth, chasing that, the Knight of Wands means get started immediately. Chase your passions, get things done, right? You have a lot of different passions. You have to sort of figure out what is going to sort of mix and match sort of where you want to be in 5 years, because part of chasing that is adjusting. Marissa, thank you for your donation, is adjusting to what is going to be realistic in 5 years. So one of my passion is drinking. Well, that's not really realistic to be in 5 years, having a lot of drinking behind us. But I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's make it realistic, make it something that not only you are passionate about, but is going to be something that you can, keep on doing it. People would enjoy you doing and that sort of get you money and whatnot, sort of chasing that. So there you go. There is what you should be doing. Crystal, thank you for your donation. Marissa, thank you again for your donation. Let's see what we got going on next. We got DeeDee, financial reading for the next 2 months. Let's see what's going on, DeeDee. DeeDee, let's get you some good stuff by using my deck, because I was supposed to reprint this today, wasn't I? Oops. It was really busy at work, and I did not get a chance to call the printer and have them reprint this, but I will do that tomorrow or Friday. I'll get on it. We'll get this reprint going and get all the good stuff coming in for this one. The Waterfall Tarot, by the way, is what we're talking about here. If you like this deck, we will soon have it not only on Kickstarter, but we will have it in stock on the Etsy store. So I'm just going to buy a big truckload of them. I'm just going to buy a big truck. I mean, just back up the truck with the beeping and everything and unload these, because I'm getting enough this time. All right, financial reading. Let's get you some money. Falling out of the sky. You want to show me the money? I will show you the money, DeeDee. I'm telling you now. All right. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Cups. Good news is you have people that are willing to help you across this barrier, basically. And I think the barrier is that you've reached a limit. Sort of your earning limit. And you sort of need to move past that. You need to move into the next stage. And you want to sort of get that feel that you have that level of control. You know where to go. You know how to do it. You know how to address things. And part of that is, again, I think that you've reached your limit as far as what you can do. The Knight of Swords and Knight of Cups is, at this point, you need help. That could be a lot of different things. Maybe there's something that you're passionate about. Maybe there's something that you want to do that's going to make a little money on the side. Well, the problem with that is if that was possible, you'd went ahead and did it. But I think you need a little more instruction, whether it's a book or somebody on YouTube sort of showing you how to do something. I think that you have a couple of projects that you can start, that you can sort of dabble in that are going to be, pretty cool. I think you've had these ideas before. You just never acted on them because you just think, well, it's a little over my head. Maybe it is. But again, a book, watching some videos, learning on it, and giving it a shot, even if in a small manner, can increase your income, right? Sunflower, thank you for your donation. For example, I make decks, right? You don't need to be like a master artist to make this kind of crap. I mean, so I end up making just a couple of bucks on the side from just making decks, selling decks. People like the decks. So you sort of find one of those things and you're like, okay, I don't know how to make a deck. Well, watch a video, read a book, read the TarotOracle book that goes to, watch the TarotOracle video where me and Dr. Mystical talk about creating, decks and whatnot. But yeah, the temperance card says you need to balance these things out, though. Make sure that your work life, your main life is not going to be interfered with these things on the side. But I think you should get started with this pretty quick. And the 2 knights, the 2 action, that fiery aspect of it, it says go forth and get it done. A lot of movement, a lot of things going on with that, right? But definitely sort of try that out. You want to know the reading for the next 2 months. You want to get some more money. Again, I think you've sort of hit a limit. Jocelyn, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. It's House of Tarot is back. But again, do it. Don't wait, DeeDee. Do it. Start planning. Start these things. And I think that it's going to expand that. I think that you should use the next 2 months to start stuff like that. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just start the next 2 months on stuff like that and see how that can work out for you in the long run. All right. Now we got, who do we got next? Welcome, Austin. How are you doing? I just saw you pop up on my application. High Priest, will the school answer me? The son is getting beat up. That's no good at all. People beating people up. Why do they do that? That's so mean. You shouldn't beat anybody up. All right, let's use the This Might Hurt Tarot. If you're getting bullied, the This Might Hurt Tarot will let you know how to fix that. How to fix that. I mean, Oh, let's see how that is going to go. Boo-boo, thank you for hosting. Amy, let me know what your question is. You already did. Will Jay get in the band? Amy, Boo-boo has hosted. You be sure to thank Sunflower. Thank you so much, Sunflower. Appreciate you. All right, let's do the flipperoo here going. All right. Will the school answer me? So we got some bullying going on. That's no good at all. Oh my, the school's hands are tied into some of this. I mean, you do have the complete butthole at the school. It's going to be bullying. It's going to be beating people up. It's going to be shoving people in the dirt. I mean, I haven't been bullied in a long time since I started doing martial arts when I was little, but I remember them days. I don't know what they do nowadays, but you never know. Anyway, their hands are tied. High Priest, there's not much they can do. Of course, they can call the parents and tell the parents, hey, your son's bullying people or your daughter's bullying people. You need to do something about that. You need to squelch that somehow. I mean, but the problem is if you got an a-hole kid, you may have an a-hole parent to go along with the a-hole kid. You never know. Sometimes those match perfectly. And so the only so much they can do, right? Basically with that. Will the school answer you? Yeah, I think they will. I think there's some sort of obligation, maybe a legal obligation or something that they will. They will journey on, but I think they're going to tell you, hey, we tried this, we tried that, and, that we did the best that we could. Basically, I think that's what you're going to get. The Fool says they are taking a journey. They've been on this journey before. Again, the a-hole kid may have an a-hole parent to go along with them. You don't know, and that may be part of the Fool. They really don't know what to do. They don't really know how to address the situation. The Queen of Cups says this is something that's passionate for you, right? Because your child's being bullied by the a-hole kid over there. The Queen of Cups says you are passionate about it. You're going to pursue that passion. I think your passion is very much going to come across, especially if their hands are tied and they say they can't do anything. I think you're going to give them a little bit of that passion. But yeah, that Ace of Swords also talks about that beginning of communication, reaching out. So yes, I do think that they will be answering you and at least trying to address the problem. Hopefully it gets addressed. That's always a pain in the butt. That is for sure. Cheryl has an interview today. Cheryl, you are rocking it over there. Cheryl, you got more interviews than Samantha from the channel. And Samantha had an interview like every 2 minutes. All right, let's go with this deck, which is one of my passions, by the way. I mean, you know my passions. It's tarot. It is tarot. By the way, there's a new deck on Kickstarter that I just backed. It looks pretty good. It's very sort of, hand art. artsy, kind of fun, whimsical. I just love it. I love stuff like that. Austin, I hope you get better. That's no good at all. By the way, this is a super Linares tarot. A lot of people ask. So I want to let you know. Oh, man. The Emperor got a bunch of reverse cards. Let's see what's going on with that. As far as the interview goes, it feels a little bit out of sync. It does feel a little bit out of sync. The Emperor says that almost like you go into the interview and you feel like you're overqualified. You feel like what am I doing here? You got that feel, right? The Emperor says that you have the power, you have the ability to get that done. And you're able to walk in there and own the place. I mean, that's not going to be a problem. One of the big factors you're going to run into is the devil. It feels like that you don't belong there, a little bit of a, maybe I don't belong here. And it's sort of one of the themes throughout the interview. And I think they're very cordial. They're great. They're nice. I think they come across as very nice. And you're kind of wondering if you should be there or not at the end of the interview. And I think it's mostly psychic. It's mostly, intuition. It's mostly like a gut feel. I don't really think that you see anything that's sort of a red flag, but you do get that, like what exactly is going on over here. And you sort of trying to figure that out, right? Sunflower, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. But yeah, the devil says, reverse says, yeah, something's up. Overall, I think you do well. And I think that they end up contacting you back. I think this is one of the jobs where you wouldn't mind being there. But again, there's just something that sort of bothers you throughout. Page of Pentacles says if you do want to get in there, I would approach kind of cautiously. Definitely have a look around. Like as you're being walked in there, look around, see what the mood is, see what things are, see our people's expressions and whatnot. But I mean, that's going to be one of the big things going on there. So there you go. All right. You got that Azathoth Tarot. Yeah. That was a very attractive deck, I got to say. That wasn't too bad at all. I mean, you had me re-looking at it. My initial impression was I don't want it. And then, the Thoth was just like raving about it. So I'm like, okay, let me go look it up. You know what I mean? All right. Will I get the job? All right. A yes or no question. Let's use something simple, easy to go. Wonderland Tarot. And see how that goes. Yeah, let me link that deck that I saw today. I'm kind of interested to see everybody else's opinions of it. Let me flip over to the browser real quick and get on over there. Oh, there it is. No, is that it? Yes, it is. Okay. All right, let me link it in chat, and you let me know what you think about it, because I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious as to what everyone thinks about it. There we go. There it is, linked in chat. Take a look at that and let me know your 2 cents about it. All right, let's get the Wonderland Tarot logo out of the way, increase the brightness because this one's a little darker, and see what is up. So, will you get the job with the company? You got a nice 2 of Cups. You got a Page of Wands. You got the Empress and you got the 7 of Wands. I think so. I think that you have a good opportunity to get in there. It's looking very good as far as that goes. Tori, welcome. How are you doing? Tammy snuck in. Welcome. Face, what is going on? Anybody else that I missed? KD, welcome. Yeah, basically, you do get the job with this company. This is a job that you can get. Empress is a very comforting card. There's a lot of good stuff here. I'm very comfortable. I feel at home here. And I think that's one of the big components of this is I feel at home. This is some place where I can see myself coming every day, and enjoying it. If they need me to work overtime, that's fine. It does look very promising. It looks pretty good. Page of Wands says there's a little bit of sort of a slowness as we sort of sneak in there and get in there. But the 2 of Cups is a good card. It says that, hey, we are able to make that connection. Me and this job have a good connection. We are that. With the Empress being comfortable, with that comforting, with that feel together, feel. I think that's going to be a big factor and some good news with that. So you're asking, what about the Seven of Wands? Yeah, I mean, you're having doubts about if you want to be there or not. And basically what it says, we're having doubts if I want to be there or not. It could be a variety of different things. Maybe it's cold feet, maybe, whatever, but you're having a couple of doubts. But overall, getting the job with this company is very positive and whatnot. Deborah, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. All right, let's see what else is happening in the world of tarot cards. Tarot cards. Crystal, what should I do to ease the boredom? Crystal's hanging out, sitting around, seeing what is up. Let's use Crystal's favorite deck, as always, with the Witch's Tarot. By the way, this is a gift from the beautiful, wonderful, effervescent Christina. If you are interested this Saturday in hearing about the top 10 decks of all time, me, Christina, and Psychic Cindy will be together live streaming at noon on Saturday. I got it up on there, so you can click and get a reminder and all that good stuff. So you definitely want to see this. I mean, you're looking at tarot. You want to know what's the top decks to get right now. I'm coming in. I'm new. I don't know. You know what I mean? What decks are going to be the hottest ones? We're all going to express our opinions and find out how it goes. In the meantime, Crystal, what should I do to getting out of your comfort zone is the first thing. I think that you're doing the same thing every day. You're doing the same thing. It feels like, okay, this is what I do. I go here, I do this, I go there, I do that. The Hanged Man says, get out of that comfort zone, get some enlightenment, find something different, unusual, and fun that you can do that'll relieve some of that boredom and get out of that. Other thing is friends, right? We don't have friends, let's go find some. Three of Cups is that celebration, is that friendship, contacting people, hanging out with people, being a friend. Hey, let's go do this, let's go do that, let's do something. I'm bored. The friends is going to be good. And you can also do online friends, right? I play board games. I have online friends that play board games too. We get on Skype, we play the games. There's other people that I play board games with on the computer. You can do that with the virtual games and stuff. So you can do video games. There's endless supply of stuff that you can do with other people to sort of relieve that boredom, basically reach out and contact these people. Knight of Cups, again, sort of back to one of the readings earlier, where pursue your passions, right? What are you passionate about that you can do in your spare time? Knight of Cups says that get into that cups, get into that passion, sort of, leak into that and see how that's going to go. Because the Page of Cups is a lot of your time is spent sort of, not having anything to do or not having a lot of good things around you. So surround yourself with fun things. Surround yourself with things that you enjoy, things that you love, and definitely have that excitement when you wake up. You got tons of stuff to do. Doing it with friends, you're getting outside of your comfort zone, you're trying new things, maybe volunteering and whatnot, but you have a lot of things happening over there. Hightower, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right, how's the rest of the month looking? Well, let's see about that. All right, burnt out on the online. Well, it happens. The vibe that I get off to the people who don't know me. Well, I don't know you. Let's see what the vibe is. Oh, you know what an online or a vibe is going to be this one right here. This is the Art Tarot. Everybody loves this tarot deck. That is for sure. I've never had a complaint about this one. Nobody's like, why do you do, Boo Boo hates the thought, but Boo Boo's never said, T.O., I hate the Revival Art Tarot. That's never come out of anybody's mouth. And never in life has it ever come out of anybody's mouth that they hate this deck. It's a beautiful deck. Just absolutely stunning. Just a good representation of this. Really like this. All right. What did people think about that deck, by the way? I'm kind of wondering now what people think about that deck of cards there. Let's see. I talked about it here, and then I linked it there. There's the Kickstarter. I'm not really sure. I don't think anybody, okay, Linda liked it. You can save some money on the insurance. Yeah, okay, there you go. Well, a couple of people liked it. There you go. All right. What vibe do I give off? You seem okay to me. Marissa, you seem all right to me, but, you know, in a broader sense, let's see what people think. The moon right next to the 9 of coins. Ooh, it seems that you got your stuff together. You got your stuff together. You do. You have it together. You're not one of these people that's just constantly searching for something that needs something to be complete. It seems like you have your stuff together. You know what I mean? And not a bad thing either. You don't seem like you just completed everything in your life, but you seem like you're just not desperate for something. You have sort of that end state. You have a little bit of that step up in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs to where you're there, you're getting there. That 9 of coins sort of points to it. That's an ending card. It says for stability, for getting my stuff together, for having sort of knowing where I'm at, knowing where I'm going. I sort of figured that out. And the moon right next to it says you've had that journey. So you sort of know who you are. You know how things go. You know what to expect. You know, you're pretty street smart as well. You're pretty just intelligent overall. Now, the 2 of coins says you do sort of have difficulty making decisions sometimes. You know, not a bad thing, but maybe sometimes you just sort of approaching something and I really don't know what to do about this. I think overall you sort of overcome that, but you do have sort of that trepidation sometimes where you're like, I really don't know. I really don't know there. Christina, thank you for your donation. And Sheila, welcome to the channel. How you doing tonight? Overall, the Empress says you're very sort of a feminine person. You have a lot of femininity about you. You have a lot of sort of, you sort of jive with people well. You're able to listen. You're able to just sort of be there for people. You seem like you'd be a good friend. And that's sort of the vibe that you have overall. You got your stuff together. You're a bit of a complete. Sometimes you have problems making decisions. But I mean, overall, you're comfortable with where you're at. You know yourself quite well. And again, you have a lot of street smart and sort of the intelligence overall, but you've made the journey. You've made the journey. And that's sort of hard to find sometimes. People that have made the journey, you know what I mean? A lot of times you just have people that are still on their journey. They have no idea who they are. And they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to wing it, and it's just not working for them. But you don't really have that problem, at least according to what the tarot says. What the tarot decks say. Boo-boo, should I continue with calligraphy? Sunflower, why do you call them boo-boo? There you go. You call everyone boo-boo. There you go. Sunflower got it. Sunflower took the question. We're going to go with the oak, ash, and thorn. A lot of people want to know what this is because it looks good. And I did trim it because if you're going to make a dark colored card, don't put a white border around it. Please, Christ God, please don't do it. Why did these people do that? I don't know, but they put a big white border around darkly colored cards, and it was an eyesore. And it made my retinas burn. My retinas burned. So I had to trim it. Had to be done. Should I continue with calligraphy? Oh, that 5 of Cups, the Fool, the Knight of Cups, and the Emperor. I wouldn't put too much time into it. I mean, this is a phase. This is something you're having fun with. It's not something that you're going to be doing when you're 70. This is a phase. You're having fun with it. A lot of people have the little hobbies. You're like, hey, I'd be interested in doing this or that. You're definitely sort of trying that out, right? 5 of Cups says overall, it's just not something you're going to continue with for an extended period of time. Fool says keep doing it. Have fun with it. But it's one of those hobbies to where if you can connect with people, that is going to be one of the big factors. So if you can connect with somebody, maybe you're talking about the handwritten letters. Maybe you can get into the pen community where people actually do the letters back and forth. When you connect with people and when you have a reason to do it, now all of a sudden it takes a little more depth. But just doing calligraphy, it's a phase. But again, if we can get other people into it, if we can connect, get into the pen community, writing some letters, we're on the pen community Facebook or whatever. You're buying a pen or whatever that, to do this with. And you're sort of sharing that and you're social and you get in this network of people that like this stuff, right? You're in a calligraphy Facebook group, whatever. That's going to be more of a long-term feel for it. Overall, you're the type that you master something and then you bail. That you master something and then you bail. So you're definitely going to be bailing moderately soon on that. Knight of Cups says it was a little temporary thing, but hey, everything is fun. So if you're just like really, really, really into it, then find a way to keep getting into it. Start connecting with people. That's like painting. A lot of times you paint and you're not sure why you're painting. And then you hop on a Facebook group and everybody's painting. And you're just like, well, this is really cool. Now I can share my stuff. I can comment on their stuff. We can have fun, together with the painting stuff. And now you're going to continue on with it instead of just completely bailing afterwards. Oh, I really want to kind of use this one. This is the Something Forest Tarot. Oh, I got it right here. There we go. The Forest of Enchantment Tarot. I'm kind of surprised that I still have a dedicated button. I have a dedicated button for this, and I've used it like once a month. I probably should take away that dedicated button. Anyway, let's get some money for Jocelyn. Get some money for Jocelyn. Cash. There's only one thing better than cash, and that's more cash. That's what my martial arts teacher used to tell me. He'd go, hey, you know what? There's only one thing better than cash. You know what that is? That's more cash. That the dude was really weird. Anyway, yeah. So will I get the money before Sunday? Yes or no question. Let's look at movement cards. Let's look at money cards. Let's look at stuff to get that. It's sort of the devil feel, the ace. You do get a communication about it. I think that you do. I think that you end up doing that, right? Because we have that, we have the ace of challenges. We have the ace of, swords. This is going to get that action of, hey, I have something that's communicating with me. I have a communication about what's important to me. And I think that I'm going to get something, right? Strength says you have been patient. It recognizes, hey, you've been patient. Bountiful Sea Turtle, it's been a hot minute. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, that strength says you've earned it. You've been patient. You've done it. I think that you're doing well with it. Yes or no question. We're going on the thumbs up. Why are we going with the thumbs up? Well, we have the four boons. That's hanging on to your money. We're hanging on to that money. And you can actually see we have a bunch of pies, we have a bunch of money, and we got some, and we're hanging on to it. So I think that's a yes. I think that you end up walking away, having the money in hand, which is important here. The devil says, maybe, maybe it could be Monday, Sunday, definitely last minute, definitely on the last minute realm there. But I'm going to go thumbs up, yes, because of this one card, the communication. You've been patient, recognize you've been patient, and it gets you a reward. You're walking away with that fat cash. So there you go. There you go. Gonna go with yes. Gonna go with yes. All right. Bountiful Sea Turtle likes the strength card. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you are happy with it. And by the way, can we do a strength card real quick? That is a quick one to find. That is for sure. Let's see if I can find it. Can I find a card in my own freaking deck of cards? That'd be great. Where is it? No, that's not it. That's not it. There it is. So there's the strength card, by the way, in my tarot, and I'm going to reorder it. There's going to be some on Etsy very soon and on Kickstarter. But there's the strength card. If you like that, then you got plenty of cool cards in this deck. It might just be for you. It might be indeed. All right. Sunflower has hosted Amy, and Amy did have a question. She said, let's see, will I get in the band? Well, that's pretty simple. Let's go with it. Will I get in the band or no? Yes or no question. We're going to go with, what do I want to go with? I want to go with the old regulars, and reliable. You know what I mean? Because you gotta go with the most reliable things that you got. And I got a bunch of them. Okay. Tarot of Mystical Moments. It does it for me. I like it. I think that it looks great and all of that good stuff. Austin, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. All right. Let's see. The Tarot of Dr. Mystical Moments. Let's see what we're going in here. Oh, will Jay get in the band? Yes or no question. We do have the celebration. We're literally in the band right here. We have the celebration. We have things going on. We're a group of important people. We're a group of good people. Mwah. The devil says there is a bit of drama in the band. That's okay. There's drama in every band. Page of Cups. You're not as excited as you would have thought you would be. Definitely, this is a we're going to work very focused, very driven band. It ends up consuming a lot of time, right? Rhonda and Isabella, how are you doing? Four of Pentacles also has that group feel. We're hanging on to everything and all of that stuff. Charisma, welcome. How you doing? But yeah, that 3 points to the band. Devil may not be as excited as you thought. They are going to work you pretty well. That Page of Cups, it says this is the bittersweet. It's that bittersweet mix in there. So overall, I say yes. Giving that a thumbs up that Jay will indeed get into that band and be playing the instrument. You know, be playing their instrument. That sounds dirty, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right. What else do we got going on? We got Sunflower. Why am I so tired and nauseous? Are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? Okay, no, I'm not pregnant. Okay, well, that's squelched that answer. Well, now, see, that was the first place I went was pregnancy. I'm just saying, what's a good, like, I'm tired deck? I don't know. What's a good, like, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything deck? You know, the Surreal Titanic has that feel. The Surreal Titanic deck has that, it's got that feel. It's like, oh man. Kay, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. So let's do this. I don't have a little cute graphic for the Titanic deck because I use it so rarely. The box it came in sucked, but good news is he sent me a new box for free with a new deck as well. So, I mean, I can't complain. I complain anyway, but I can't complain. And not unless you got humped by the Holy Spirit. Well, you never know. So this is a nice, surreal, nauseated, tired, feels weird deck. I like it. I like it. Kay, let me know what your question is. You do have this 10 of Cups feel. I think 10 of Cups into the 9 of Cups. Ooh, that's sort of interesting. Have this underwater feel, definitely, especially with that 9. We got a lot of 9s here. So one of the problems here is you've sort of reached goals. I think that you've reached a lot of goals that you were shooting for. That's sort of where the 9 is. You know what I mean? The 9 of Wands especially is like, I'm leaning, I'm tired, I got that tired feel. And that's sort of where you're feeling that as well. So being tired and nauseous, it is part of your fibromyalgia as let's see who pointed that out, yes, Crystal, I think, pointed that out. It is a fibromyalgia type thing. You got that 9. We are tired. We are leaning. We are injured. We are there. I think another thing is this 9 of Cups, to where you feel like that a lot of things that you're striving for, a lot of things that were very enthusiastic for you, very motivating for you, you did them. You did them. You're just like, yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'm really at a point where I've run out of cool things. I think you need to find that next big thing that excites you, that makes you wake up, that gives you that passion. And sort of where that 9 is, right? And we have the 9 into the 10. Again, we've had that celebration. It feels like things went well. Things were excited. But now everything's sort of rounding down. We're on the tail end of that excitement and going into that. That's sort of where the Queen of Coins is to organize the next thing, find the next big thing. That is going to be a big factor with you as well. So there you go. All right. Kay, should I meet him at our spot tonight? The tough questions is 2 parts. Is my relationship worth fighting for? Oh, okay. You're going to meet You're gonna meet somebody in your spot. That sounds kind of unusual, but let's go with it. Deborah, should I move to Florida or just vacation there? That is a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
On the left, enlightenment, otherwise known as enlightenment. Stacy, what is going on? Yeah, let's do that. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. Should I move to Florida or just vacation there? Vacation, move. Oh, moving looks good. Moving really looks good. I'm not going to lie. Moving looks really good. Vacationing, not so much. One of the problems if you vacation there, and obviously you're going to go there anyway to check it out before you move there. So there's a little bit of that both, why not both? The tower says that finding a good spot is tough. It's like all the good spots are taken. There's a lot of things that you can do. Maybe rent, maybe an apartment. Maybe there's a lot of different things that you can do, but it feels like all the good stuff is taken. It really is. That tower moment, everything that could have been an opportunity, all these great things, they end up being not so great once you actually see them. You know what I mean? Now you have sections that have hurricanes. Now you have sections that don't really have as problems with hurricanes, but they're outrageously expensive because everybody's retiring there. Now you have other sections that are just completely unlivable. The crime rate's high. It looks like crap. You get a weird feel. There's like no good space once you get there. Sort of one of the downsides as far as sort of moving there and the things like that. But moving there is going to be the key, but finding the correct place is going to be kind of hard. So definitely with that. Katie, thank you for your donation. So I'm going to say moving there. We have the interconnected part of here. I think once you find that spot, that city, that place, that neighborhood, I think it's going to be very valuable for you because you end up like almost a small town feel where it just feels like everything is going well. A lot of people know each other. You have a lot of good stuff there. And that feel is sort of where you're looking for. I think that's what you should be shooting for at this point when you get there. But yeah, moving is much better. Vacationing there, you're going to be doing that anyway because when you're shopping for a house, why not do it on a vacation time and why not go do something fun as well? So it's a little bit of that combination, but overall, I think you end up moving there. Quite frankly, I think you end up moving there. You end up just going there. You're just like, man, this is not that bad. I'm not opposed to do this. Now we have to find the right place, but the right place is tough. So Hightower wants to find out the next few months coming in love, the rest of the month. Sorry about that. The rest of the month coming in love. Hightower wants to fall in love at this point. I mean, I'm just saying now you know what we can do? What we can do is get the Modern Love Tarot and give you some hearts as well. Do a little bit of that heart action. Modern Love Tarot is going to tell you, it's going to lay down, it's going to lay down the law. It's going to say, hey, you want some love? Well, this is how it is. But this is pretty good. By the way, in case you wonder what this is, and everybody does, because this is quite possibly the deck of the year. I mean, I'm not it's early. It's still early. I'm not calling it quite yet, but I'm saying we could have a potential deck of the year by far. Okay. Anyway, like what is coming up with the rest of the month? 8 of Wands says it's pretty mobile. In fact, you have 2 8s at the same time. It's pretty mobile. I think you meet somebody on the run. I think you have opportunities to meet people on the run. In other words, getting out, going places, doing things, hanging out with friends, whatnot is going to be very valuable with that. You sort of see that with the Knight of Wands as well. Knight of Wands being the very fiery aspect where a lot of things are happening. You have a lot of fire, a lot of good things with that, but that's a very mobile card, even though you don't see it on here. You got a mobile on here, you got mobile on here, then you got a Knight of Pentacles. I think that you're looking for something that's going to be stable and all of that. All right. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. You're looking for something stable. You're looking for something a little bit more advanced. But I think you're sort of in this beginner area as far as love goes at this moment. It feels like going for the advanced, going for those Kickstarter stretch goals may not be where you want to be. You sort of get it down to sort of the basics, get it down to the relaxation, having fun, chilling out, all of that stuff, Eight of Pentacles, and the stability sort of will come after that. But shooting for the big stability thing right now, maybe a bit of a stretch, Let's walk first and run later. At least that's what the tarot says. Entertainment purposes only. Christina, how will business idea work out if we throw down the business idea that you had earlier? Let's go with the Thoth. I mean, the Thoth is not going to mess around. You want that money, you want that flow of cash, you want that good business opportunity. The Thoth is going to tell you, sort of, this is where it goes. This is where it goes. So there you go. All right. Bountiful Sea Turtle wants to know, what is that deck? Bountiful Sea Turtle. That was the Modern Love Tarot. That one, the one previous, was the Modern Love Tarot. It's by Ethany. Search for that on Google. By the way, if you buy that, you need to buy it on Amazon if you live in the U.S., because Amazon will ship it for free. But if you buy it from them, they charge you shipping. I assume they still do. I mean, I haven't checked up on it in the past couple of days, but last time I checked, you're going to save yourself some money because it's free shipping off Amazon. So there we go. I'm just trying to save you $5 here. That's all I want to do. If I can save you $7, then that's going to be good. Okay. We're going with the business idea. How is it going to be working out? Oh, the first thing is the Lord of Defeat is at the end. The Lord of Defeat is at the end. And we have a sunshine. Seems that what happens is there's not enough content that comes out in a long-term session. Does that make sense? There's not a lot of things that come out in a long-term session. If you have a business and you're going to produce something, you have to produce something on a scheduled, regular basis. And once they run out of content for anything, then they're just going to sort of quit. I mean, there's no reason to continue on because there's not enough content to sort of keep that going. I think that's what you end up running into. I think that's the Lord of Defeat sort of says as far as that goes. What messes me up is this always looks upside down. I always think it should be like this, but it's not. But anyway, there's not enough content. I think that you front load a lot of content in that. You do front load a lot of content. He is carrying the seeds, and the seeds have all of this content that's there. And people are like, ooh, look at all this. And they'll click through and all that. They'll click through and they'll be pretty excited about it. You have the sun. So I think that you have this peak that rises fairly quickly for interest. But then it sort of tapers off as the content sort of tapers off as well. I think everybody has other things to do. I think life priorities get in the way. I think there are other priorities or other things to work on. And the amount of content that's there doesn't really seem like enough to keep people paying, basically. But yeah, you do have the spike, you do have the sun, you do have the content overload. People are like, yes, and they'll click through and then they'll get bored and then they'll quit, basically. So I think that's sort of what's happened. You do have a nice fiery start. You have a lot of good fire here. You have the sun, the fiery sun. You have the fiery night. A lot of things happening, a lot of good stuff with that. But overall, you're just going to get that, I'll just join here and then I run out of stuff and I got better use of my money doing something else at this point. I clicked through everything already. All right. Astro Ascension, the deck book, PDF are printed. PDF are printed for the guidebook. Let's go with a little bit of classic Chiro over here. A little bit of that classic Chiro deck because everybody does love Chiro, I got to say. And the Legacy of the Divine, by the way, used to be, back in the day, this used to be the bestseller other than the Rider-Waite. So you have the Rider-Waite is always the bestseller. And number 2 was this deck. That was for a lot of years. Probably not now. Probably not now. I'm just saying. Probably there's a lot of, because when this came out, there was nothing really like it. And now everything is kind of like it. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying. All right. A PDF or printed guidebook. What is going to be the big thing? 5 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Interesting with that. Magician and the 7 of Cups. More options are better. More options are better, Austin. You have the 7 of Cups, all of these options, all of these choices up here. People like that. People like, if I have more options, if I want to buy a bookmark, if I want to buy a metal pen or a ceramic pen, if I want to buy this, if I want to buy that, I like options. I think most people like options. That's what we're pointing to with the 7 of Cups. The more options, the better. The more stuff I can click on, shop. I love shopping. Everybody loves shopping, especially if they like the deck. So Austin, I'm browsing your deck. I love it. It looks great. Would I love a print? Sure, give me a print too. Would I love a printed book? Sure, I'll add that to the cart. And you'll see that, right? You saw that with my Kickstarter campaign in the stupid cloth. A lot of people want the cloth, you know? So this is sort of an art. And the funny part is the cloth had nothing to do with the book at all. It was just there. Like the Kickstarter for this cloth failed. But everybody wants the cloth. I have a truckload of orders for this cloth. Even has nothing to do with what I'm actually selling. People love the options. The more things, the better. I say printed book. Get there's obviously good printers and bad printers. Keep cheap. Don't blow a lot of money on that. But yeah, the Magician says people like what you have to say, and they're going to want it in print because everybody does love a printed book. I gotta say, everybody loves that printed book, and you'll see that. My review of the advanced tarot and the tarot. This got 1,000 views, and it's only been up like a day or 2 days. So a lot of people like printed books. People love books. If that was a Kindle review, would I've gotten so many views? Probably not. I mean, I'm just guessing. People love printed books. Okay. All right. Now we have a donation from somebody. I have no idea who it is. Let's see who it is. It's $2. You got the printed book. Kay wants to know something. Let's find out what Kay wants to know by using my Happy app. Kay, tough questions in 2 parts. Well, let's do both at the same time. Is my relationship worth fighting for, and should I meet him at our spot? Okay. I don't know where your spot is. I'm sure he does, though. All right. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, maybe he does. I don't know. I'm not making any insinuations here. I mean, I'm just making a joke. It's a fun channel. Okay. Is the relationship worth fighting for? Maybe not. I don't know. Let's do a fighting for read up in here. Then let's do, should I meet him at my spot down here? And see what the answer is going to be for both at the same time. Fighting for the star. Oh, yes. Yes, the relationship is worth fighting for. The star is sort of not necessarily a soulmate card. I'm not going to overhype it. Let's be realistic with each other. But it has that connection. It says there's something there. There's something magical there. With the 10 of Cups, you love it. And the Wheel of Fortune, you're going to be with them anyway. I think that you're going to end up being with them anyway. Wheel of Fortune is a cycles card. It's a day-to-day. What comes around goes around. I think that it looks really good. We're going to go with yes. I would hang on. Let's get a cheer.
Hooray!
Let's get a cheer there. Where you're going to hang on to the relationship. Okay. I don't know why it's a tough question. I'm not sure. Apparently the relationship went to shit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know why that would be a tough question. Should you meet him at the spot? Oh, look, I got my goal by shuffling tarot cards. The Page of Cups. Are you ready? 4 of Cups. Are you sure you're ready? The Fool says you're going to go anyway. You're going to go anyway. I mean, I'm just saying now. I think there's something there that you're not saying. And I think that something is bothering you. And you're trying to sort of figure out if you want to go forward or not. Because I say that because a tough question. So if you ask me, if I ask you, should I go visit Christina or something? That's not a tough question. It's not a tough question at all. The default answer is absolutely yes. So there's something else going on, isn't there? Something else happening. I think everything sort of went downhill a little bit, maybe. That Page of Cups, it's not the Lovers, it's a Page of Cups. It's like I'm having a little bit of a hesitation, a little bit of a passion there, but I don't know what's really happening here. Four of Cups, you're getting some stuff you don't like. The Four of Cups is literally getting stuff you don't like. You're getting a little piece of something you don't like. Could it be the Bobo tea or whatever that tea? Maybe. I don't know. The Fool says you go anyway. So yeah, I think you should go. I think that you should go and just go for it. Just go for it. And find out what happens at your spot or his spot or the G spot or whatever spot that you're at. I think that you should go for it and see what happens. Entertainment purposes only, by the way. Never make decisions on going to if it's like a weird creepy spot, like you hear chainsaws or something, you don't want to go there. But if it's a good spot, you know what I mean? It's okay. It's like when people ask you directions, right? Or you ask somebody directions and they say, yeah, you go down this street, you turn left, and then you make a right, you turn over here, you turn left at 5th Street. And so you end up in the middle of nowhere. And all you see is some weird looking house that looks like it's out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? And they got one light on in the window. And you're like, if I go ask these are back in the old days, by the way, like the 80s. Now you just Google Maps it. And so you're like, should I go over there and knock on the door? Because I'm going to get kidnapped and they're going to harvest my organs on eBay or something. You know what I mean? And so you knock on the door and of course they kidnap you and use your organs for eBay or, whatever it is because it's the 1980s. And anyway, and they're posting your organs for like $7 on eBay and you're tied down over there on the table, but you're screaming like, if you're going to post my liver, at least start the bid at 100. Dude, at least start the bid at 100, please. Okay. All right, let's move on. Stacy, will my daughter's artwork be financially successful? Let's take a look. Let's use a good deck. Let's use the Golden Art Nouveau. You know what I mean? Yeah, you want to get the highest bidder. You don't want to do a buy it now for your liver for like $10. I mean, come on. All right. Will the daughter's artwork be financially successful? Too much. Basically, sorta. There's a lot of competition. You are getting a lot of competition there. You know what I mean? You're getting a lot of competition there. We do have the 5. The 5 is strife. It feels like that maybe being a little better in the creativity section or posting it somewhere that's going to be different, or you don't want to put it in the mainstream where everybody else is, because I think you're going to get lost in the noise. And that's sort of where the 5 says, getting lost in the noise, getting lost in the crowd. Also, it seems like that there's too much weight on selling it. There's too much weight designed on selling it. It should be more of just a creative thing until we get into that successful realm. Overall, it is finding people to buy it. It is a bit of a challenge sometimes. You are sort of emotionally invested in it, obviously. So when the buying doesn't work out or when the financial thing doesn't work out, it's like, man, the art stuff kind of goes by the wayside. You're like, well, maybe I'll try bowling or something like that, Basically, there's that. So do it for the passion and get out of the mainstream. So what I mean by that, hey, maybe a couple of cards, see what a tarot deck would look like with this art, or maybe some other things that'll bring in a broader audience overall. So yeah, basically don't do the obvious thing that everybody else is going to do, and then you get lost in the noise, which is very possible, especially with art, because there's a lot of art. In the old days, you basically were competing against, people in your neighborhood, because you'd have like an art festival or something. You put your art up, people are like, ooh, that looks great. But nowadays I can just get on the internet and you're competing with literally everybody from all over the world. Should you do a scratch lottos? I'm not sure. We'll do the Poe. Oh, maybe if we had a scratch and sniff tarot deck, you know what I mean? Effie, welcome. KS, welcome as well. By the way, we are rounding down for the night. We're rounding down for the night. We talked about harvesting organs. We talked about artwork. We did everything tonight. This was action packed. You can't say that you get bored on my channel. That is for sure. All right. Should you scratch off lotto tickets? I say yes. I say yes. He's literally scratching off the lotto ticket right here. This is you and the scratch off lotto person. They're giving you the ticket. You can see that. This is you going to the store. You're being like, I'm just going to go to the store, and they sell you some lotto tickets. You come home and you get your penny, dime, nickel, whatever people use nowadays, fingernail, and you start scratching. You start scratching, and that is sort of something that you do. And Queen of Cups says it's kind of fun. Maybe you don't win anything at first, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. So sure, why not? Sure, why not? We actually have somebody scratching. Scratch and Sniff Tarot is my next project. I'm not sure how to do it, but I'm definitely going to have a fart smell for the devil. The devil's going to smell like a fart. All right. Nobody knows Boo Boo. Well, I disagree. I think everybody knows Boo Boo because Boo Boo's in chat right now. Let's see. Heaven and Earth Tarot? Heaven and Earth Tarot seems like this. What the hell's going on? I trimmed that. I trimmed that. I trimmed the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Why does it have a border? This is really annoying. I spent time trimming the Heaven and Earth Tarot, and now it magically has a border again. That's upsetting, gotta say. There we go. All right. Apparently, sometimes when I quit the stream, everything doesn't save. So that's what happened. But we have a Heaven and Earth Tarot trimmed, by the way. Not with the big ugly border. Does Boo Boo have feelings for me? Oh my, that's not looking bad at all. They used to. I think that they used to. They had a little bit. Of feelings. You have the 8. It does say that they sort of abandoned that at some point, though. I think they had some feelings. They wasn't really sure how to process it. They had a mixture of things. Magician says that it just wasn't the right time to go forward. It wasn't the right time to go forward. It feels like that maybe this wasn't an appropriate time. And then over time, I think it's just like, no, I'm not really sure. Maybe I should become a salesman or something, before I contact Boo Boo and get in a relationship with Boo Boo or something like that. But yeah, the Magician says that they did have that, but they just decided maybe not. I think they're going to come around again, though, because you got the World right after this. So you got the Ace into the World. It says they are going to come around. Picasso, thank you for your donation. Let me know what your question is. So yes, I think they're coming back. They're going to loop around. They may rope around. They're going to loop around to you, and they're going to come back and have sort of feelings once again. But they did. Now they don't. They will soon again. Basically, that's it. That is sort of the short story made long. The short story made long. Oh, what haven't we used? We haven't used this one. Picasso. Let me know what your question is. I appreciate it. If you had a question, let me know what it is. I see sunflowers in chat and all of that stuff. You can do a rope. Okay, well, that's good. We may use the divine masculine. May use the divine masculine. I'm not sure. This is the last reading. So we're waiting on Picasso to let us know what Picasso wants to know. And Picasso appears to be a little bit delayed. So we'll just hang out here and wait. We got the sunflower action from Picasso and whatnot. We got November Aries. Thinking about it, making the game, sorta. Organs. Sell those organs to the highest bidder. That is right. That is right. So this is the best part of the stream. We wait. Mocha Latte. We'd love to have a reading. What date will the wedding be? All right, Picasso now has the question out there. This is the last reading. Last reading, we'll be using the Shadowlands Tarot. Would like to know, what should I be aware of coming in and out of the house? Okay. Is this a new house? Is this something that's new? Is this something that you're concerned about? Are you afraid you're going to trip over something coming in and out of the house? Not really sure what's happening, but let's do a reading. The Devil, Wands, the Three of Swords. There is something stopping. There is something that you see on a day-to-day that is going to be stopping, ceasing to be. Basically, it could be something you rely upon. It could be something that is a pain in the butt, but whatever it is, it's ceasing to be that Three of Swords, that cutting action. It's almost like a little bit of a disappointment. So something maybe that you rely on that is going to be due there, but you do have a bit of a disappointing feel as it's cut. Three of Wands also says to look out for things that you don't normally look out for with that. Start looking out for things because there is something there that you're not aware of. Basically, that you're not aware of. It is not like lurking, but it's going to be brought to your attention over time. The Three of Wands is search and seek, look at things and find out, if there's something that you should be concerned about. Definitely keep your eyes open, in other words. So, you know what I mean? If you don't know how a water heater works, you want to figure out how it works. And that's one of the things. The Devil says that you're going to get in a situation like I got into over the winter time here in Texas, where it was just brutally winter. And it's basically that I didn't know how to operate some of the stuff in my house. I mean, beside my fireplace, there's a hole where you put something in it, and they didn't give it to me. I don't know where that is. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know where to buy one. I don't know what the hell happens if I stick something in that hole and I turn it. I don't know what the hell happens. You need to know these things. You need to figure it out. That's the devil. The devil is in the details. You need to know everything. If there's a hole in the wall, you need to know what goes in that hole and what happens if you turn the knob. If there's a fireplace, you need to know how to open the trap. You need to know how to close it. You need to know how it works. You know what is up there. How often does this need to be cleaned? You need to get up there and check it out. If you have a hot water heater, how the hell do you turn it off? If the pilot light goes off, how the hell do you turn that on? If everything goes off, do you let water run into it? You need to know these things. Get every little detail. How do you shut the water off in the house? Do you have a shut-off valve in the front? Is the shut-off valve in the garage? Is it clearly labeled? You need to know how that works too. You need to know every little partial, little microscopic, little frickin' thing in that house. Basically, the devil is in the details. Don't get caught up like I got caught up, where I didn't know how stuff worked. And then I got screwed because I had to ask on the Facebook group where the people have all the new houses that I have, because I felt stupid too. Anyways, I ended up buying a water shutoff key too. By the way, get one of those. But basically, the devil's in the details. Queen of Pentacles, overall, it was a good investment. It's a good investment overall. I think everything is going to be fine as far as the investment goes, but something is wrong. Something small, something minor is there that you need to be aware of. Know every little freaking little thing in that house, and there is something cutting that is coming. The last reading of the night, Sunflower Sun. Thank you for your donation. Oh, that's a reach. The tarot tower has gotten too large. I got to reach all the way up there just to put a deck over. The last reading of the night goes to Sunflower Sun. Sunflower Sun, when will my dad apologize, or will he apologize? Will he never apologize? Let's find out what dad is going to do. Oh, I gotta, what? Somebody charged me something. Oh, that was for my Kickstarter. I backed a Kickstarter for $1, and I just got charged for $1. Okay. The dad apologizing, I don't think they're going to apologize. Bottom line, I don't think they're going to apologize. Yeah, I don't think they will. You look at this dad right here. Very defensive against the kids. Very defensive. It's like there's a defensive posture. They want to stay distant. They don't want to get involved. They want to stay that distance. 8 of Wands is like this separation between them and you. There's a big separation between them and you. And it shouldn't be, right? It's family. It shouldn't be that separation, but there just is that 8 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles, I think that you've worked at getting the relationship back to normal. I think that you put in the effort, you put in the work, it just hasn't, manifested. Overall, Sunflower Sun, the tarot saying be happy with sort of who you are, where you're at, and your situation. Sort of don't rely on them to apologize. There's a lot of forgiveness that needs to be thrown out both ways. Definitely work on that. Get the Empress, get your own comfort zone, and get sort of your own happiness, and don't rely on them to apologize, because I just think that they won't. Look at the separation between here, that distance relied upon here. You've been trying to recover things, to restore things, and things just aren't working overall. And that's just what the tarot says. By the way, I'm here every day at 6:30 p.m. Central. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.